Welcome, Jets fans, to another episode of Hippo Jets with Gangrene UK. Al, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Very excited, mate. So we obviously played last night.
Yeah.
So we normally do this on a Thursday evening, and why are you laughing?
I'm just happy, mate. I'm just a happy
You're
guy.
happy that we've ended our winning streak.
But you know what?
We're going to the Super Bowl, mate. What is going on, man? Is that we lost and you're laughing?
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Genuinely, I thought we played better last night than we did against the Browns.
Generally, I have to agree with you. I thought we played. I actually stayed up to watch that game, expecting at any moment that, oh my God, we're useless and we're going to get blown out. I'm off to bed. And a teeny little bit of me was thinking, I wish that could happen so I can get to bed early, right? Because because it is like kick off at 1:15.
Which teeny little bit are you talking about, John?
And we did. Let's not talk about your problems, mate. So I did pass out for a little bit before the game started, which was good. A bit of slobbering on the old pillow just to wake up.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I did? I got myself.
I don't want to know what you did.
Listen, you already talked about your tiny little things, mate. We don't need to. I went to the shop and I got myself a bottle of Mountain Dew.
Bottle of booze.
A bottle of Mountain Dew because I knew Mountain Dew would keep me awake under all circumstances.
Is that your special thing? Is it Mountain Dew? Mine's
not always. I don't drink it all the time, but when I drink it,
is this what you do on a Friday night? Is it get pumped up with Mountain Dew? Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I am the Hippo Jets sober guy.
We have loads of Diet Coke in this house. We have loads of this.
Other beverages are available, by the way. But if Diet Coke want to send us a load of money, we're also fine with that.
Yeah. I got loads more as well. It's good but I read an article about Diet Coke. It's not the best for your inside, so I might have to.
Well, none of it is really, is it?
Not really.
None of it is.
You got some fizzing around in your guts.
There should be a survey. What's worse for your health, Diet Coke or the New York Jets?
Or the Jets. It's got to be the Jets.
It's got to be the Jets. And a mixture of the two is a cacophony of pain and misery.
But it's like being a Jets fan. Just we are segueing a little bit here, but. Obviously, as always.
Just for a change.
But it's like, being a Jets fan, it's like, I think about this a lot, right? You're walking down the street, everyone's having a normal life, and people are supporting good teams, and they've got, they win stuff, and they got something to strive for, and all that. We, as Jets fans, we know where it's all going, and it's like, and we know, last night, for example, when Justin Fields, lost that fumble on the 10-yard line when we just stopped them, got them to punt, ball 10-yard line, and he fumbles it and gives. And that is when I thought, okay, that is it. That's typical Jets, Jetsy Jets. There's always something like that.
Do you know what? I've just finised watching the first season of Chad Powers.
Oh man, I need to watch that.
And the basic, no spoilers or anything. It is good.
No, I want to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, no spoilers, but you'll know from the trailers that the basic principle is a guy who was like a college star quarterback, and he's in a national championship final, and he basically does one stupid play, and it burns his career. He can never get over it.
Yeah, because his advert.
And the problem with watching it as a Jet fan is that kind of stuff happens to our players all the time. They just come back the next week and play again. It never ends their career. They just come back and play. I was texting Ant the other day. We were discussing how many British monarchs are going to have been on the throne by the time Michael Clemens is finally released by the New York Jets.
How on earth is he?
He's still there.
He's still there.
What's he doing? Has he got some pictures of Woody Johnson or something?
He's got. I know. He's like what? He's like. You always see number 72 miles away from the play, and it's like, how is he? What is
he made one good tackle last night.
What's that?
He made a good tackle last night. So there are moments, but there's a lot more bad ones. Hey, should we circle back and talk about Cleveland because we haven't actually done a pod since there's been 2 Jet games since we did a pod last week. So
yeah,
we shouldn't ignore the victory. We shouldn't focus on the negativity. We should try and be positive a little bit because it was a really good night in the Hippodrome, wasn't it?
It's crack it a belting night. We had a good
turnout.
on our on our 1 week winning streak, we were, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Shout out to Dano, who has been in the chat for years and who we've met before, but who we haven't seen him for a while. None of us recognised him. And he was sat with his Cleveland Browns mate in the corner. And it was only afterwards that we went up and spoke to him and then worked out who he was. And so shout out to Dano, because he's been on the chat for a while, and we'd love to see you again, mate. Come down. Well, not this Sunday because he won't be there, but next Sunday, come down for the Ravens game.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Come on down, Dan. Don't be shy about coming over to say hello, mate, because we'll buy you beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the GM was there. GM Gavin was there. Scott was there.
Yeah, we had a good turnout.
Dave, of course, was there. It was a good turnout. It was a great turnout. And then, of course, you picked up some bloke upstairs and brought him down to join us. Some Cleveland Browns fan.
Well, he bought us all drinks. That's fine. Well, he bought us beers. And then, because he was hanging out with the Cleveland Brown fans in the separate area, and he found them really boring. So he went cruising around on his own. Right. And then we found him, scooped him up, and then he was buying us drinks, and he was hanging out with us like for the witty bants. And then he bought us shots as well, which I 100% declined on that, because that's just, I don't do that anymore.
You drank one.
You drank one shot, no, I didn't. Was it you or was it Scott? I saw you down 2 of them, mate.
Come on. Pineapple juice. There was a kid at the next table. There was a kid at the next table who'd been to Iowa State University. So he was all about Will McDonald, and he was all about Breece Hall. And of course, those two guys both had big games against Cleveland, and so that was fun, kind of watching it with him as well, with that Iowa State glasses on.
Yeah.
He was a fun kid.
It was a really good atmosphere. We got there early, watched the footy, and then watched the games. We watched the Berlin game, didn't we? That finished. So we were rooting for the Colts to lose, and they somehow.
That's right. And they just about squeezed out a victory.
Yeah, Falcons found a way to
Sauce fall down in the end zone, which was always fun.
Yeah.
But no, look, it was a bit of a throwback, because we've had a difficult season in terms of the negativity. I think there was a lot of positivity going into the season, just for a change, and the Jets once again let us down. It's been a bit difficult to drum up the interest, but since the Sauce trade and the Q trade, the energy's back, man. The energy is back. The energy was back at the Hippodrome. It was a good night.
Honestly, it's bizarre. It might be a dead cat bounce, right? But everybody seems to be motivated, and I saw that last night. You go to Foxborough.
Yeah,
it's a hostile environment. You're getting booed, and a lot of these are just young players, right? And they played well. I mean, they did play well. We did our typical first drive, went really well. Yeah,
competent. Yeah,
it's scripted that, and then after that, it all goes to pot because we can't adjust. Which I've said this before. Was the Patriots started off real slow, and they adjusted because Drake May started off slow. He wasn't really throwing the ball. He wasn't getting anything dropped, but he wasn't. And then they just methodically.
So what do you think the problem there is, mate? I mean, if we're getting our scripted play right, and then we haven't got a plan B. Is that the issue?
Yeah.
And whose responsibility is that? Is that
the offensive coordinator?
The offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
so Tanner.
Yeah.
I feel a bit sorry for Tanner because he's been dealt a rough hand. It's his first job as an offensive coordinator, and he's been given a quarterback room with a journeyman pro, is the best way to describe him, backing up a kid who hasn't really ever done it and is limited. And I think we can see that
very limited.
This is it, but we could see it last night, right? We could see because and I was messaging back and forth with somebody, and I was saying, is it time for Tyrod just to kind of see what we have in Tanner? Because at least with Tyrod, you've got more than two plays that you can exploit. It feels like it's just hand the ball off to a running back or scramble.
RPO and keep.
Do you know what I mean?
Or throw to Mason Taylor or throw to a tight end in the middle. I mean, we threw 8. We had Rocket catch 4 balls. We had Mason Taylor catch 4 balls, and they were our leading receivers. I was impressed with Mechie. I like the look of him.
Do you know what I liked about Mechie? Did you watch his interview afterwards?
No.
Solid, really solid. Because he was asked about the touchdown, and he said he was honest, and he said there was three things that
the guy fell over
that I got from it. One was he said he was very humble, and he was very much about, look, if everybody does their job on a play, you should make the play every time. If the offensive line do their job, the quarterback does their job, if the receivers run the right routes, everybody does what they're supposed to do. You should make the play every time. So he was very humble in terms of, and he also mentioned the fact that they got a little bit lucky because I don't think it was Gonzalez, was it? It was the other corner on him that fell down. Fell over. And he was very honest about that as well. And then he also said, and this is the key one, he was asked in the context of, you must be excited to get your first Jet touchdown. And he said, essentially, we're there to win. We didn't win. So he was very kind of like, no, it's not about me, it's about the team, you know? So he said three things that really impressed me, and he seemed level-headed, and I watched a little bit of A.D. Mitchell's interview as well, and I know he had 2 drops, and there was one in the middle there that I actually put.
It's a really shame that Mitchell made those drops because they were catchable balls, and I really wanted Mitchell to do well because he's got blazing speed.
I think he will, though.
And he proved he can do the business, but if you're not catching straight, if you're not taking advantage of your opportunity straight away, that's not a good sign. So he had the ball and it went straight through his hands. That's what you're supposed to
do. I think. So hang on. I think the first one was on him, but it was a hard catch to make because it was kind of over the top, and it was in his hands, and then he didn't bring it in, which was a shame. The second one was a poor throw by Justin Fields, and then the third one was that was the worst one of the 3.
The thing is, if you really want it, and you'll concentrate and focus, and the impossible seems easy. If you really want it, if you're 100% focused, but there have been issues about Mitchell's concentration and focus, and his level of knowledge on learning the playbook quickly enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
He made a good catch on the first drive, and let's be honest, he will get opportunities this season on the Jets that he maybe wasn't getting at Indy because
he has got 6 more games to give it a go.
Yeah, that's it. So let's see. We've got an option to see what we got with him. We've got an option to see what we got with Tanner Engstrand, but we need to decide what's happening with the Fieldsmeister.
It's like Tanner's been
really
like
sad for Justin.
What's that?
I feel really sad for Justin. I think I've really wanted him to be the guy. Do you know what I mean? I know that's a really obvious thing to say, but I really wanted. I thought the contract was right. It was a good contract. We've seen obviously Sam Darnold go to his third team and fourth team actually and do well. Baker go to his third team and do well. We've seen it happen before with a guy that's drafted in the first round, doesn't do well in his first couple of places, and then kicks on.
I think Fields has been proven that he can't throw the ball properly, and he just can't throw the ball. And that's his fundamental problem. That's why he got released by 2 teams, and that's even after winning. It went 4-2 started last season with Pittsburgh. They just automatically got rid of him for Russ Wilson, who's way over the hill. So that says it all. Speaks volume.
It feels like he's a guy that's ultimately a nice bloke and well liked in the dressing room and well liked by the coaches ostensibly, and probably personality wise could actually handle New York, but it's just not good enough.
It sounds like you need to give him a call, mate. Give him a hug. Invite him round.
He's probably 5 yards off the pace. You know what he's like? He's like Wolves in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's not talking about the Wolves, mate.
Well, like just not quite up to standard.
That's not talking about the Wolves.
Even though you want him to do well.
I got no idea what you're on about. But yeah, you go give Justin a quick call. Get him fly over, or get him over here. Give him a little hug. Get a little candles out.
I think you do well for the London Blitz.
Yeah, and give him a little hug on the back and that slap on the back.
Maybe you could get your tiny little thing out and give him some love, John.
All right, moving on quickly. I'm sure the listeners are enjoying this pants. So where were we? I'll tell you another play I was impressed with. When I was a bit of a mixed review, it'd be good to get your insights on that.
Okay. No pressure.
So Stevens, cornerback last night.
Better.
What a play he made when he knocked the ball out of Kyle Williams' hands. What a play. That was phenomenal. He lost the ball, realised he caught it, and it's perfect timing. But he did do a couple of errors.
Happy Dave some props here, because Happy Dave said to me on Sunday ahead of the Browns game that Stevens is really improving over the last couple of weeks. And he's right. The last 2 games that I've really noticed, he's played quite well. I do feel a little bit like he's a below average player playing out of his skin right now, rather than an undiscovered talent. Do you know what I mean? But I'll take that. I'll take a below average player playing out of his skin. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a below average player playing out of his skin
is above average by definition.
He's been coached. He's getting coached well.
Yeah, that's good shout.
So
good shout.
Says something. But at the general feel of the game last night, I mean, we didn't get blown out. I expect us to get blown out, and I was, the performance was all right, but
it was a fun game to watch. They haven't all been fun to watch.
We had a chance to come back, except for that fumble. Yeah, we had a chance at the. I generally thought, hold on a minute, we've got a chance here, and you can see how the relief on the Pats side of it, when they recovered that fumble, because that was game over then. Game over.
In fairness, mate, have we been blown out this year?
Yeah, we've been blown out, and then we've done garbage time to make it close when we should have been completely annihilated.
Yeah, that's true. That's
been deceiving. The stats.
I think the last 2 games, Cleveland, we didn't play well, but then somehow ground out a victory.
Didn't Buffalo? What happened with the Buffalo game? I blank all these things.
Oh, they beat us. The Bills beat us well.
They blew us out.
Pittsburgh was close. Week 1 was close. Tampa was close in the end. Who else did we lose to? Everybody.
Yeah. So our 2-game winning streak comes to an end.
Ravens next week. That'll be a nice, easy one.
Yeah, who we got next week?
Ravens, isn't it?
Oh, the Ravens, yeah.
Ravens. I tell you, incidentally, so my wife works for a PR company, and she's just told me that they've been hired by the Baltimore Ravens to find an actor willing to dress up as the mascot, the Raven, at a watch party in London.
There's a job for you, mate.
No, I was thinking about you, mate. I was thinking about sending you down there.
I've already got one, mate. I do.
The Ravens the Ravens fans doing JETSs, dressed up as a giant Raven.
I do I'm the jumbo jet outside MetLife, mate. So
would you do it
on that weekend?
Would you ever wear would you be a Jets mascot if they asked you?
I'll get my boys to do it. Yeah.
Get your boys to do it, would you?
Yeah. Now, if I was a Jets mascot, so no one could see my face, it would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Because then
I reckon you'd be good at it.
You go around all the tailgating, and you see any opposition fans, you just give them loads of abuse.
Yeah. So the one good thing about the Indianapolis Colts is their mascot, Blue.
Yeah, he's quite.
He's hilarious. If we had a Jet version of him, I reckon you're the man for the job. just
family. I got commitments over in New York.
Hey, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
16 days.
Yeah. Leave someone else to run your business.
17 games. I got to
New York to be the new Jets mascot. What would it be? Would it be a jumbo jet, or would you be like? What would you be?
I'm surprised they're
not in the high vis with the flat stairs.
They should really have done a character out of a jet. Some Well,
yeah, you say that, but believe the Indianapolis Colts thing. Is that a horse? I think it might be a horse. It's a really weird looking horse.
Whatever, yeah, it's a horse, isn't it?
Is it? It's a weird looking horse. That.
Yeah, it's a bit fat, isn't he?
Yeah.
With a couple of burgers down there.
So you could get like a really weird looking plane. No, planes don't have personalities.
Yeah, you need a jumbo jet. Then you can have a big belly, can't you? And you can stuff whatever you want. You can stick anything in your belly, so you can get like a big foam finger or big beating stick, so you can just cheeky slaps to the opposition.
One of them. The things, the orange sticks that the people guide planes in with. People in airports that the people that guide planes in. With their orange sticks, you could get like a foam ones of them, and you could hit people with them.
Yeah, why is it me, mate? Wait.
I think you'd be really good at it.
No, I think
of everybody in our group.
Street,
In fact, let's put this out to comments. We'd
then
like
you
to
can
know.
motivate Justin as well. You can give him a little get a little table and candles out on the sideline and give him a little feed.
Who in the Gangrene UK community would make the best mascot dressed up? You don't have to see their face. The whole role is just to like abuse opposition fans.
What
you're really good at, John, is you're really good at like you and me before we've done it, but we've beaten a team and we've gone and found the fans at the Hippodrome of the team we've beaten, and we've had a little laugh and a giggle, and somehow you manage to always do it with a smile on your face. You can abuse people and get away with it. I think that's a skill.
That's why I wouldn't be good in the mascot, because you wouldn't be able to see my face. So,
right,
mate,
maybe we just don't bother with the costume.
I was really up for that as well. I was thinking about that one. A career opportunity there.
But it could just be you, John. You're just John, not like Jumbo Jet, just John. John from
Jet.
Wolverhampton.
John Jet from Wolverhampton.
Jets mascot.
Right, and moving on again then. So I'm sure the listeners are loving that one. Let's try about to move on from your chat, mate.
I think, do you know what it is? We didn't get much sleep last night. So
yeah, I know. We're just dribbling. Yeah, drooling and dribbling. So good game. Well, it wasn't a good game, actually. So we lost.
This is the kind of content why our listenership numbers are soaring, John.
Yeah. What are the players, mate? What were you? I was impressed with. Quincy was moving around, motivated.
Quincy was better. Jamie and Sherwood again. And there's
we shut down their run game. 19 attempts on 62 yards. I know they had the 2 touchdowns, but
that seems to be where the problems were coming from. Was that area of the field. We know what we are in the secondary. We know where we're
the middle. It's the secondary. Drake May all of a sudden had 281 yards passing last night, and if you watch the game, it didn't look like he had a lot of yards.
No,
so it's all like little 10, 15 yard gains in the middle of the field. And that is an area we need to address next year.
Well, that and also the fact that I think the team with the second fewest takeaways in the NFL this year has got 5, and we've got 1 after 10 games. It's not good enough. Yeah. So our defense needs to be more aggressive. We need better players on D.
I tell you what I was thinking last night as I was watching it. It was like we're at Foxborough. And I was like, it's always great to beat him. Obviously, you got the Bart Scott can't wait game, which was the ultimate. But again, that was at 5 o'clock in the morning. But it took me back when I was in New York, and it was 2000. It was a 2008 game when Brett Favre was there for the 1 year, and we actually won at Foxborough. It was something crazy, like 34-31. And I remember that game because we all met a bunch of Jets fans that I was hanging out with. And we tried to find a bar because the away game. And we found this, like, it wasn't like a Hooters. It was like a chicken shop. It wasn't a chicken shop. It was like a normal bar, but it was like a Hooters without the,
without the Hooters.
Without the Hooters, yeah. Hooters bar. And they had one TV in the corner of the room. And and it had no volume. And we were like, well, what's going on with the volume? And it was a big meet-up as well. It was about 20 of us.
And they wouldn't turn the volume on for you?
What's that?
They wouldn't turn the volume on.
No, because we were in a busy bar. But for some reason, it was a Thursday night game as well. It was a Thursday night game or a Monday night. It was a night game. And this is a bit weird. It wasn't our typical bar we went to, because we used to go in a bar that was on 3rd Avenue, which was on a Sunday. It's obviously an old rock pub, and we used to bring in our own food and put them on the pool tables and just scoff whilst we ate. And it was a massive screen because the owner of the bar was a Jets fan, so let's do all that. And it was just Jets fans in that bar. It was brilliant. A proper bar full of Jets fans. It was like, this was in 2011, 12, so it was just after Sanchez years. That was awesome. But this was a few years before, 2008. So we just were trying to find different bars. So yeah, and I remember that game because we were winning, and then Randy Moss scored last second to tie it, go into overtime. I was thinking, here we go. And then we go and win it. And I was thinking, if only we could do that again because the Patriots have got our number so many times. Like we only beat them when they're in their nadir, which was the last 2. The last couple
about
of
3
years,
years, didn't it? Post Brady, pre May was like 3 years.
The last 3 years, we've only beaten them once, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
terrible.
Because we've been bad as well, and I think that's the thing that.
No, we haven't been bad. We've actually got a good team. We were supposed to go to the Super Bowl the last 2 years.
Every single team in the NFL, every single team since we were last good, has been good, then been bad, and then been good again.
Yeah.
And
how does that work?
We can't seem to resurrect the team. We're just bad every year.
As if whatever we do, whatever we touch, it just turns to it has to change.
But listen, here's my positive take, and then we'll get into your bets for Sunday's games.
Yeah, because that's positive. We're absolutely having a blinder in the bets.
Well, that's good, but the positive thing about the Jets, I was going to say, is that if you'd asked me after the Browns game, which we won, did I think we had a coaching staff I could get behind, I'd have hesitated. Because we're winning, we won the game, but we were poor. I actually got more in terms of faith in the coaches and, as you quite rightly said, the players they have brought in. Stevens is starting to improve. Mechie looked good last night. The rookies that they brought in, Mason Taylor is good. Membu is good. The offensive line looks good generally. The kid they got, Azariah Thomas, is starting to he
didn't play last night.
But in the Browns game he looked good. So you feel like after last night, I feel like maybe for the first time, I feel like okay, I think maybe we've got the right guys. The massive
litmus test last night for the coaching. We easily could have got blown out there, but everybody played for the coaches.
Yeah, and that's the key. That's the key, is they played for them, and you could see the players want this coaching staff and Muji and everyone.
But we just need a quarterback.
We need the quarterback. We need a couple of other players, and we needed one or two of the players. And maybe I'm spitballing. Maybe Quinnen was done. Maybe Quinnen was emotionally.
I think he was done. I think it was done. Needed a good new team.
I wanted out.
Also done.
Yeah, and I think he knew how the size of the rebuild wasn't necessarily massive, but was a couple of years, and he wanted out, and that was creating problems in the dressing room because
the problem. All we need is a good quarterback. Look at Buffalo. If no Josh Allen, they'll be like us.
Mahomes,
no Mahomes. Actually, Mahomes have got Andy Reid, so they would still be good. Lamar without Baltimore without Lamar, they're awful.
Yeah.
It's just a one-star quarterback is all you need.
Yeah.
Get it. Look at Jalen Daniels and Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
And it flips the other way as well. You look at other teams, not just ourselves, that have put good pieces together and never had the quarterback. I mean, the obvious example is Arizona, who've all right, they've had spells, but they've not had a good quarterback for a long time. And
speaking of Arizona, perfect segue. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate.
To the betting corner, sponsored by Green Smoke.
Sponsored by the delightful Green Smoke.
Yeah, delightful.
We love Nick. We want to see Nick more.
Come back to the Hippo, Nick.
Get yourself down to the Hippodrome, mate.
Don't be shy, buddy. Don't be shy. Mm-hmm. So, segue. Well done, mate, for doing that. That's one of my bets. So last week,
people think this show isn't scripted, and yet somehow we pull it off every week, mate.
Pull it off. I know what you. I don't want to know about what you pull off.
We're not talking about your little thing again.
Weekly, that's John. It. But that's maybe a bit more regular. So we've got. So last week went 3-2. Yeah. So we're now 32-18.
Look at that.
That is a winning. Jets fans is a winning
That's
record.
like just short of 2-1, right?
Yeah, just short of 2-1. That is
great.
Pretty damn.
Yeah.
Let's get some Let's get some percentages out. Can't actually 64%.
Get your percentages out, boys.
64%. I didn't have to use a calculator. I used my maths degree on that.
That's it. Listen, 64%. That's like a solid B+.
Yeah. No, that's actually no. That's an A-.
Is it 64?
Yeah, because you're trying to aim to get to break even. You're looking at 53% because you've got the VIG, the charge from the betters.
Yeah.
But anything around about 60 is unheard of. Yeah, so actually
64.
This is good.
So it's an A+, really.
It's an A+. Yeah, do you know what
Maybe we should change it from John's Betting Corner, sponsored by Green Smoke, to John's A+ Betting Corner, sponsored by Green Smoke.
Yeah.
The only good thing about the Jets this year is your betting corner.
Yeah,
let's talk.
So we've got some more. We've got some more. So Arizona segue about half an hour ago. We got Brissett.
The slowest segue in the world.
It was a slow one, wasn't it? Yeah, I've witnessed slow segues, but goodness me, that was painful. All right, so really well, because I've got Brissett's name in front of me. I've been looking at it for like the last 5 minutes. But Brissett. All right, context. So they are playing one of the worst defenses. They're playing 49ers, one of the worst defenses. Everyone's injured. Everyone. I mean, you might as well put Mr. Blobby out there because although he's playing for the Jets,
it's a divisional game as well, isn't it?
Divisional game. Yeah. Brissett over 236 yards. I didn't even give the proper, did I? So over 236 yards passing. They haven't got any wide receivers, but they don't. It doesn't matter. They got McBride, who's going to have a super belter. So but his line is quite high. It's like 76. So
are you saying McBride? Are you leaving McBride then?
No, I'm not dealing with McBride. Yards. No, I've done that separately as a bonus because he's going to have like 100 yards. He'll have 100 yards, but I'm going for Brissett over 236 because they haven't got a running game, and it would just be pass against the 49ers. Second one, our boy Joe Flacco. Yeah, in a shootout, Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati.
Oh, Rodgers versus Flacco. That is
my goodness me, yeah.
That is the former Jets old quarterbacks derby right there.
One of many ex-Jets quarterbacks. That says it all, doesn't it? When ex-Jets quarterbacks are now starting for another team. What's gone wrong? That's
Flacco's the one, man. We should never let Flacco go.
I don't know why we let him go. He just must have fallen.
We traded him back to the Ravens for like a 6th rounder, didn't we?
Yeah. Is that just before they got Rodgers?
I think it was a year before because it was with the Zach Wilson stuff, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. So they got rid of him to keep Zach Wilson happy. We've seen all that before, haven't we? So Flacco, over 38 attempts. He's going to throw. Speaking of other quarterbacks who are going to throw, is our mate, who I would love to have this guy in our team, Jameis Winston for the Giants. He's starting.
Yeah.
So
it comes to something when you would love Jameis Winston to be our starting quarterback.
That's bad because he's going to throw the ball. It'll be exciting. So over 34 attempts. Also, I've done a Brucey bonus interception as well. He'll throw an interception.
Who are the Giants playing?
Green Bay at New York. So they'll have a dead cat bounce. They'll bounce back. The Giants. The plus 7.5. I've taken that as well. Green Bay are not looking very good at the moment, but they'll probably win. What's that?
That's not part of the 5, taking the Giants.
No. I'm just giving Brucey bonuses because we are
rolling. I've got a bit lost.
We're rolling. So far, we've got Flacco over 38. We got Winston over 34.
Yeah.
We've got Brissett over 236.
Yeah.
And we've also got Buffalo lost. We're on the revenge mission, and they're playing Tampa Bay, who stopped the run, but also conceded a lot of passing yards. So I've got Josh Allen over 236 yards.
Over 236 yards, and they're going to lose by 40 points.
Indeed. And the last one, we've got Drake London.
Oh, what a player.
Yeah, great player. Carolina is playing, Atlanta playing Carolina. Both teams want to run. And both teams will run. So Atlanta's got this run funnel. So Carolina are going to run. Drake London under 6.5 receptions.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, that is an interesting one. Yeah,
that's interesting. Who are they playing again, you say?
They're playing Carolina.
So it's a divisional game, and your big number one receiver less than 6.5.
Yeah.
Receptions. Is that targets or receptions? Sorry.
No, receptions, actual catches.
So he could drop a couple.
That AD Mitchell couldn't get
the AD Mitchell playbook.
Breadbasket even. Yeah, so there you go. So there's 5 crackers with a couple of Brucey bonuses as well. I've got loads of Brucey bonuses, but we're not about Brucey bonus today, are we?
That receiver class, Garrett Wilson and Drake London were the 2 receivers in that class that we wanted, and they've both turned out to be like really good players, haven't they?
Yeah, because Drake London, he was at ex-USC if I'm not mistaken, and he was like more of a good possession receiving. He's become an elite. It just recently has become an elite player. And Garrett Wilson, Ohio State, he started off phenomenal. So I'm really glad we got him. And he's on IR, so that's fine. Just give the other boys a chance.
Yeah,
make sure.
Yeah. Let get, like you said before, get AD Mitchell some targets and let's see what we got with him. One quick thing before we depart, because I wanted to briefly talk to you about. We're going to get more into this later in the year, but briefly talk to you about Oregon because I know you're an Oregon Ducks fan as well.
No, Oregon State Beavers.
Oregon State Beavers. No, you're not a Ducks fan.
No, I like the Ducks. You like the
Ducks, but Oregon State Beavers. You prefer Beavers.
If the Beavers playing the Ducks, I want the Beavers to win.
Right. Okay.
I want the Beavers to pummel the Ducks.
Right. That would probably happen. To be fair, I feel like Beavers are more aggressive.
Beavers are very clever guys.
Yeah, clever and aggressive. Yeah. But aside from animal wildlife, Oregon.
In fact, my favorite animal. I was discussing this the other day. Is a platypus. So they're like the Australian version of the beaver. Yeah. So.
that is content right there. That is if you haven't switched off already, right there, that's the moment. Let's segue back from platypuses and beavers into quarterbacks.
Started, mate, talking about
I want to talk about Oregon QBs because obviously Simpson is a guy that we're linked with.
Yeah, he's Alabama.
No, not Simpsons. Who's the Oregon guy?
Moore. DeMonte Moore.
Moore, sorry. Moore. Yeah. Simpsons, Alabama. Moore is. I was thinking about Moore because Oregon have got obviously like Bo Nix was Oregon, right?
Bo Nix was Oregon, yes. The Ducks.
Justin Herbert was Oregon.
Justin Herbert was, and so
Dylan Gabriel.
So is Gabriel because there's a photograph of Herbert who's the tallest, 6'6", whatever. Then you've got Bo Nix. Then you got Dylan Gabriel, who's like 5'9".
Getting shorter and shorter. Yeah. But also before that, Marcus Mariota was our Oregon quarterback, wasn't he? And I
generally can't remember.
Marcus Mariota was Oregon, yeah, he was. And I just wonder, like you talk about tight end U and defensive backs U and all the rest of it. Has Oregon become quarterback U? Because they've now potentially got. I know Mariota's not starting anymore, but that was a number of years. It was 12 years ago. He had a run of starting in the NFL, a couple of different teams. So, but you've now got 3 starting quarterbacks in the NFL who are all former Oregon quarterbacks, and we're linked with an Oregon quarterback. I wonder what your take is on that in terms of. Do you think that makes more?
Well, it's assuming that Moore doesn't stay in college for another year. Yeah.
Regardless of when he comes out, do you think that makes him more attractive as a prospect?
I need to analyze all these guys in the off season. So,
well, I think
no one's setting things alight on a Saturday night. All the college games, and we're at the end of the season now. So no one's set it alight. Even that Mendoza is more of a he's obviously got a good team, and he's done what he's had to do, and to win. So.
Yeah,
I generally don't know. I think it doesn't matter who you got. It's all about coaching and the environment. And he needs, because we're in a windy environment, we need someone with a strong arm. Yeah,
strong arm, strong personality. There's a lot going on. But listen. I want you to come back next week, knowing more about Moore and the Oregon quarterback situation than you know about platypuses right now, because
that's never going to happen, is it?
No, because your platypus knowledge is
extensive. 20 books on platypuses.
We should let people go because I can't believe they're even still listening.
Yeah, I've got to continue reading one of my platypus books as well.
We're not going to be in the Hippodrome on Sunday because no Jets game. I might pop down, but I'm not going to stay long. So we'll see you for the Ravens game. John might not be there because he might be at the Ravens watch party wearing a giant Raven costume. But I will be there. This episode has gone down in infamy as just a load of nonsense. This one in particular is a bad one. Just log that. Season 3, episode 12. Do not listen again.
Yeah, nonsense episode.
This was the nadir.
Right, what happens when you stay up late? Oh, middle-aged bloke staying up late trying to watch the game.
And drinking what did I drink? I can't even remember.
I don't want to know what you would drink slurping down your Keep that one to yourself.
All right, we won't see you Sunday. We'll see you next week.
See you in a week, guys. On the next week's pod.
Yeah, see you then.
Go Jets.
JTS, guys.
JTS.